Good evening, everyone, and I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening for our 2021 Annual Youth of the Year and Awards Recognition Ceremony. My name is Mike Goodwin. I'm the Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Souhegan Valley, and I don't have to tell anyone, it's been quite a year this past year, and we'd love to be hosting this in person with 150 of our closest guests, but we're not there yet. So as everyone's become accustomed to, we'll do this virtually and use that as an opportunity to recognize the businesses and individuals that have made a real significant impact on our club, not only our club, but also the entire Souhegan Valley community. In addition to that, we'll be recognizing our 3 young people who are competing in this year's Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year competition. You'll be hearing from them tonight, which is exciting, and you'll get to hear about the impact the club has had on their lives, which is always my favorite part of the evening. When you hear the stories of our members, I'd like you to please keep in mind their success is a direct result of your support, and so many of you watching this evening have provided that to our club over the years. That support is what enables our staff to do the type of work that puts these young people in position to succeed. So I know I speak on behalf of all of our Youth of the Year candidates when I say thank you for that. Before we get into the awards portion of the program, I want to take a moment just to share some thoughts on the past year. We all know the challenges we've faced due to COVID-19, the pandemic, but I'm so proud of the work of our staff, our board, and our volunteers we've done to keep our doors open and the kids safe. This pandemic has challenged us in ways we could never have imagined, but through it all, our staff has stayed really positive despite the pressures they've been under. They maintained a high level of safety, knowing that it was what they needed to do for the families and the youth that we serve. They shifted gears to virtual programming immediately in the aftermath of the shutdowns. When we could open our doors, we did. And although we weren't able to serve the same number of kids, we continued to provide needed services to our families. We adapted what seemed like on a weekly basis to alter programs when schools went to hybrid or full remote learning. Without skipping a beat, our staff shifted gears and changed their business model to make sure that we were serving kids so that the parents could keep their jobs and provide for their families. It's been a tough year for all of us. We've seen families struggle and lose loved ones, but we are getting through it, and I'm proud to be part of an organization with a great staff and board that has helped play a role in getting our community back to normal. And before we get on to the awards portion of the program this evening, I'd like to start out with a few thank yous. First, thank you to Corey Sullivan for helping to keep this program moving forward. He's been a big part of the Youth of the Year program for many years. For those that don't know, Corey has left our organization to help with his wife's business. He has played such a critical role in our success over the past 14 and a half years. He's left his mark in this community by impacting thousands of children's lives during the time he spent here at the club. We are also grateful for his insight, professionalism, and dedication to the club. He will be missed, and we wish him the best in his new adventure. I'd also like to take a couple moments to thank our committee members, Theater Director Robin LaCroix, Board Member Jen Parent-Nichols, Teen Center Director Alex Craven, and former 2-time Youth of the Year Shelby Houghton. They've done a lot of work to get this evening going and the process, get us through this process. So I thank the committee for that. I'd like to take a moment to thank our dream sponsors. These companies make a significant contribution to us for the entire year that helps all of our fundraising efforts. Our dream sponsors this year are Edward Jones Investments, Contemporary Automotive, Aline Candles, Sertronics, New Hampshire Custom Builders, Hitcher Manufacturing. We're grateful to all of you for your support. I'd also like to thank our board that helps provide the resources and guidance that allow our staff to succeed and make an impact, the impact we do with the youth we serve. Collectively, our 20 board members have an amazing 254 years of service to this club. That's amazing. Their dedication and support to this organization is truly exceptional. I've had pleasure working with 3 different boards in my 36 years of working in clubs, and I can say that this group is the most dedicated and committed I've been a part of, and I thank them for that. We have a couple board member anniversaries that we'd like to acknowledge. Joelle Martin is celebrating her 5th year as a board member of this board. Elise Desmay is celebrating her 15th year of service. We have 2 individuals that are celebrating 25 years of service to this board, and that's Rich Lowney and Steve Damaris. So thank you guys so much for your time and treasure and the impact you've had on this organization. I'd also like to thank a group that I feel most important individuals in our organization, and that's our staff. No other time in our history as a staff had to manage a year like we've had this past year. I'm incredibly grateful to them and all the work they do this past year in the face of adversity to make the magic happen each and every day for our members. They often say that kids come to the club for the programs but stay because of the staff. That's very true in our case. Our staff are like family and create an environment where kids like our Youth of the Year candidates tonight, who we're recognizing, can reach their full potential. We can't thank our staff enough for the job they've done this past year. So we have one anniversary of a staff person this year that we'd like to acknowledge, and that's Rachel Robichaud, our Director of Programming, who's celebrating her 5th year in working for the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you, Rachel, for all that you do for us. And finally, I'd like to thank the businesses and individuals for their unbelievable support over the past year. We would not be able to play the critical role that we have in the community during this crisis were it not for their generosity and support. Your support truly made a difference in the lives of hundreds of youth and families that we served during the most challenging of times. So thank you very much for all of you out there that supported us in this past year and for all that you've done. So now on to the awards portion of our program. And our first award this evening will be the Volunteer of the Year Award, which in this case will be volunteers. I know there'll be an underlying theme this evening with everything we've been through with COVID, but much of our success this past year is attributable to so many people out there that stepped up under extreme conditions. The definition of a volunteer is to choose to act in recognition of a need with an attitude of social responsibility and without concern for monetary profit, going beyond one's basic obligations. The group that we recognize tonight has done just that. The volunteer mentors of the Children's Resiliency Retreat held here at the Boys and Girls Club Sauhegan Valley have provided a level of commitment to the program that was so instrumental to its success. They show up on the second Saturday of every month to engage with, support, and build relationships with one of our most vulnerable groups of kids. Kids who have been impacted by the disease of addiction within their families, who have experienced trauma in their lives. When COVID hit, they continued to participate in virtual activities with the kids and their families. They also gave up their valuable time to participate in planning sessions, trainings to increase their knowledge of the disease of addiction and how it impacts kids and their families. They attended trainings on trauma and loss, participate in planning and evaluation activities, and so much more. These mentors continuously strive for better ways to serve our kids and to create what we hope to be lifelong connections to the club and the community through building of healthy relationships. The volunteer mentors have made a positive impact on the lives of the retreat participants, and it is one they, the children, will never forget. It is truly an honor to recognize the volunteer mentors of the Children's Resiliency Retreat as the 2021 Volunteers of the Year.
Hello, this is Monica Gallant, and I am the Director and Developer of the Children's Resiliency Retreat program here at the Boys and Girls Club of Sauhegan Valley. And I wanted to take a moment and just offer my deepest gratitude for all of our volunteer mentors for this program. I truly believe that the most precious gift someone can give is the gift of their time and attention, and these people do this on the second Saturday of every month. They show up and they offer hope and support to children who have been through some very difficult circumstances. And for that, I am extremely grateful. Thank you so very much.
So congratulations to the Resiliency Retreat volunteers on their recognition. We're now going to take a moment to let you hear some stories of our first Youth of the Year candidate this evening. His name is Nathaniel Shepard. Nathaniel Shepard is a junior at Sauhegan High School. He's been involved in 48 theater productions at the Boys and Girls Club and around the community, serving in various supporting roles. Nathaniel also serves in his church by running sound during the services. He's very happy singing in the school choir and participating in the musical theater program. Outside of school, Nathaniel enjoys relaxing and being with friends. So I'd like you to please take a moment and watch this brief video from Nathaniel.
I don't think I've said community so many times before until now. This whole process has really made me re-examine who I am and what I want to be. One of the biggest questions I've had to re-examine is what community means. And up until now, I thought I knew what community meant. I thought it meant your town, your neighborhood, the people who live close to you. And that is your community, but it's not just the people who live close to you. It's people you interact with, everyone you work with, talk with, live with. It's people who support you, comfort you, nurture you, and help you grow. Whether you're in your brightest moments or in your darkest place, your community is there for you. The theater program at the Boys and Girls Club is my community. They've given me so many amazing opportunities, and I've had the chance to meet with so many wonderful people. And they've shown me my greatest strengths and weaknesses and revealed to me my deepest insecurities. They have guided me on my journey, and they've honestly prepared me for so much that I want to do into adulthood. As the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. The Amato Center is my village, and I owe them everything.
Thank you, Nathaniel, for that. Our next award is our Community Champion Award, and it's with great pleasure and privilege that I have the honor of announcing that. This year it's going to go to an individual that is no stranger to recognition. It is during times of crisis when leaders emerge and step up to face the challenge. One such person that stepped up this past year to make a difference in many lives was Mary Ann Gallagher. Mary Ann is the Director of Food Services for the town of Milford, the Milford School District. I said earlier that she's no stranger to recognition, and I say that because in 2019 she was recognized for her work making a positive impact on student wellness at an event held at Gillette Stadium to celebrate the Fuel Up to Play 60 program. She was honored for her impact on health and wellness in her school district. She worked to bring the program to her district, which has led students to having a voice and encouraging changes to healthy food choices. The program empowers youth to make a change. Now, Devin McCourty of the New England Patriots presented the award to Mary Ann. Now, we can't equal that, but we do want to recognize her for her efforts and the incredible work that she's done this past year, making sure that no child was left without a meal. When we didn't know how meals would get to the club for kids during the remote learning period, Mary Ann worked with our staff to find a way to make sure that that happened. She was not going to let any child go hungry whenever possible. And whenever possible, she even provided a few meals to our hardworking staff. Her dedication and commitment to the youth of Milford has been tremendous, and we can't thank her enough for the incredible job that she's done. It is our pleasure to recognize Mary Ann Gallagher as our 2021 Community Champion. Congratulations, Mary Ann. And I'd like to introduce our second Youth of the Year candidate tonight, Georgia Craven. Georgia is a senior at Souhegan High School. She serves as the moderator of the Community Council, Souhegan's governing body. She also serves as a student chair for all 5 schools in the SAU 39's COVID reopening task force. Georgia hopes to attend a 4-year college after high school and major in political science. Her passions include politics, leadership, theater, and advocacy. She loves to help others and be a resource for everyone in her community. So please take a moment and hear a few words from Georgia and how the club has impacted her life.
Hello everyone, my name is Georgia Craven. A year ago today, I was giving my speech at LaBelle Winery in a room full of people. I had only heard of Zoom a few times before and never expected that I would be spending my senior year using it every day. I haven't been able to step through the doors of the Boys and Girls Club until today, in a year, probably the longest time I've gone without being there in 13 years. The Boys and Girls Club has been a key part of my life for years on end, and being Youth of the Year has always been a dream of mine. No matter what troubles I was facing, whether trying to navigate my emotions or feeling like the world was against me, the Boys and Girls Club was always a happy, safe place full of loving people. In order to apply for this role, I was asked to write 3 essays. When writing the essay based on my club experience, I tried to think of the most important of many things this club has done for me, and I quickly realized that I wouldn't be the strong, confident young woman I am today without this wonderful facility. It was the struggles, the innocence, and the hope of all of the members, but mostly the young ones that inspired me to better myself and my values. I learned from my time at the club that being kind, honest, and caring is the most important thing for me, and without that lesson, I wouldn't be who I am today. This year has been difficult for everybody in many different ways. From the standpoint of a student leader, I have seen the repercussions of tension in government and in the world in my own student leadership. As the moderator of Community Council at Souhegan, I have seen that every man for themselves mentality start to grow among members of our council, which is not what our body is about. I have quickly taken action to stop that from growing any further. The pressure I have felt as a leader this year is incomparable to other years. All eyes are on me. Although stressful, the experiences that I have had this year will continue to make me stronger and better as a leader through the years. With the stress of this year, mental health support is crucial. I have promoted positive actions toward bettering mental health throughout the youth in the past by volunteering hundreds of hours to assist choreographing an all-dance production based on a teen girl battling mental health issues. I combined my passion for dance, which sprouted at the Boys and Girls Club, and my passion for mental health advocacy to teach children a healthy outlet for their emotions. This year I had planned to choreograph a show for my senior project and Girl Scout Gold Award combined, but sadly I was unable to do so due to COVID. Instead, I have been working with Safe Schools New Hampshire to develop Safe to Share, a bullying and suicide prevention program, into New Hampshire schools. I have tried my best over the years to positively impact the community, and I hope to further my work by studying political science in the fall so I can continue to speak out, lead, and change the world for the better. Being named Youth of the Year gives me a boost in the right direction of fulfilling my dreams. Thank you.
Great job, Georgia, and thank you. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Souhegan Valley has been blessed by incredible support from the local business community since it began almost 30 years ago. Over 34 years prior to our founding, a new fuel company was established in Milford called Chiadelli Fuel. Over the next 64 years, that business has grown and now spans 3 generations of family members that have worked in the family business. Started by Ernest Babe Chiadelli, then taken over by Mike and Heather Chiadelli, and now run by sons Matt and Andrew. During that time, Chiadelli Fuel has maintained a philosophy of giving back. They are a company that knows the importance of building strong community, and they support that effort in many ways. They don't hesitate to help in time of need, and I can personally say that the Boys and Girls Club has been fortunate to be the beneficiary of their tremendous commitment to this community. Whether it's been sponsoring events, donating items, or supporting building projects or supporting programs, they've been there when we needed them. Their support goes far beyond just the Boys and Girls Club. Their list of organizations they support is many. Those include the American Breast Cancer Foundation, Share Outreach, Milford Rotary Club, Greater Souhegan Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Milford VFW, the Milford Improvement Team, the Milford Lions Club, Milford Police Department, Milford Fire Department, the Merrimack Fire Department, and Opportunity Networks. That's an impressive list and is a true testament to their commitment to the community. The impact they have on the Souhegan Valley has not gone unnoticed. They've been recognized as the best fuel delivery service by the Chamber of Commerce, and Matt Chiadelli was recognized as the 2016 Business Leader of the Year, a well-deserved award for Matt. We are grateful to call Chiadelli Fuel friends of the club and honored to be able to recognize them as the 2021 Business of the Year. All right, now we get to move on to our next award, and that's the Lou Dockmo Champion of Youth Award. This award had its inaugural presentation during our 2017 annual auction, when it was presented to and named after former board member and community leader Lou Dockmo. And in going forward, in his honor, it will forever be known as the Lou Dockmo Champion of Youth Award. The award reads, "For providing inspiration to others through your dedication, integrity, and courage in the manner exemplified by Lou Dockmo." When the nomination forms for this event started to come back to us, we had many worthy nominations for this award. But one stood out for her work this past year, and that was Audrey Hammer. Audrey has been a dedicated board member for the past 6 years. She's also our current immediate past president. During her tenure, she helped guide many initiatives that helped make our organization stronger. Those initiatives included revamping our board development process and leading us in a new strategic plan. She has served on all of our committees, including golf and auction committees. This past year, she stepped up in so many ways to support what we do here at the club. Last May, she hosted a virtual Cinco de Mayo celebration that raised thousands of dollars during a time when the club desperately needed that type of support. She continually makes calls to the club when she has donations available that we may benefit from. I can personally tell you that my back is grateful for her office chair donation she made this past year. And most recently, she donated a kitchen sink to help with a member's Eagle Scout project taking place here at the club. so I can literally say that she's donated everything plus a kitchen sink. When we had a 7-year-old club member find out that she had a serious form of cancer and needed to be hospitalized for several months, Audrey led a drive to raise money to help the family. This drive helped purchase iPads so the family could FaceTime from home when she was in the hospital. Audrey also purchased cell service for a year to help defray the cost to the family that they would incur communicating with their daughter in the hospital. It's been a long battle for this young girl, but Audrey's work really helped make a difference for the family. Prior to COVID, she was actively volunteering to help kids in our new sewing program, showing off her incredible sewing skills and sharing her knowledge with our members. When COVID-19 hit, she turned those skills to making masks for those in need. She continually thinks about the club and has provided numerous items to support our STEAM program over the years. We look forward to when she cleans out her garage, and that always means that we're going to get new stuff for the STEAM program. So we're grateful for the dedication she has to our organization and the families we serve. So in the spirit of the award, we thank you for many years of providing inspiration to others through your dedication, integrity, and courage in the manner exemplified by Lou Dockmo. We're proud to present this year's Lou Dockmo Champion of Youth Award to Audrey Hammer. Now we're going to introduce our third Youth of the Year candidate for tonight, and that candidate is Keilani Figueroa. Keilani has been a member of the Souhegan Valley Boys and Girls Club for 3 years and is currently a freshman at Milford High School. Keilani loves coming up with ways to improve her community and continues to work on projects with the CAS Youth Empowerment Services team at the Boys and Girls Club. When she's not volunteering, she can be found experimenting with art or different instruments. Keilani may also be found playing on the field with her high school lacrosse team. So please take a moment and watch this brief video from Keilani and hear from her what the club's meant to her.
Can you imagine a world where communities use their differences to improve themselves? A world where conflict can turn into opportunity instead of a war? I can, which is why I strive each day so that one day this dream can turn into a reality. There are many things I believe in and I want for the world, which is why I started attending the Boys and Girls Club. The club gave me opportunities to make a difference. I was able to express my ideas and opinions and find solutions to improve my community. When I first attended the club, I could barely say a word. I had a hard time communicating with others, which made collaborating with others difficult. I started going to the club not long after I had to make one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make, which was to move in with my gran. The conditions I was in before with my mom were bad. I lived in an unhealthy environment, and me and my mom often did not know if we would have a place to stay the next day. Which is when I realized I couldn't always try to take care of my mom and my little sister. I had to do what was best for me. It was hard, but in the end I knew it was the right decision. I had people by my side every step of the way. I had overcome a lot, and now I use my losses and experience as strength and a reason to help make a difference. My goal is that one day I can teach people ways to accept one another and use their differences as a resource to improve the community. I want to spread awareness about important issues and defeat stigma. I had come a long way from the shy girl I used to be. However, talking is still challenging for me. But with the support of my mentors and peers, I work hard each day to improve my communication skills. Without all the support I have gotten, I would not be the person I am today. The club helped me find new levels of confidence I never knew I had, and helped me learn from others. It gave me the support and resources I needed to be successful. Throughout my years at the Boys and Girls Club, I not only saw growth in myself, but I saw growth in everyone around me. Our community and our ideas grew up together. The community became almost like a big family, which is why I am very grateful for all the programs and people that helped me grow into the person I am today. And I am also very grateful for all the people who continue to stand by my side and help me improve each day. Thank you.
All right, so we have a couple more awards this evening. Our next award is our Person of the Year award. Leadership is defined as the action of leading a group of people or an organization. Tonight you've heard many examples of folks and groups that have stepped up and been leaders during difficult times. This person is no exception. It is an honor to recognize Helen Leach as this year's Person of the Year. Back in 2019, she stepped into the role of board president. This past August, when her term was up, she volunteered to serve an additional one-year term. Many have thought she was a little crazy for doing that, considering the situation our club was in with COVID and so forth, and the challenges we were facing. Didn't waver. This did not deter her and only added to her focus and dedication to the club and the families we serve. She stepped up in the face of adversity to lead our organization, serving on all of our committees and seeing to it that we were focused on providing a safe and impactful program. She's gone above and beyond the expectations of the position of president. The time and effort she has provided us during this crisis is immeasurable. She truly believes in our mission and sees to it that our staff and board are focused on doing everything we can to provide quality program opportunities for our youth. To quote someone who wrote on her nomination, she has an amazing attention to detail and truly cares about the club, its staff, and the children we serve. I couldn't agree more with that. Helen is a passionate board member that cares. She supports the club in many ways, and I know our staff are grateful for her purchasing lunch every year around Christmas time, and we thank her for that. It's the little things that she does that truly make a difference. Being a board member is a challenge. You spend many nights away from your family, spending hours at meetings, and we're grateful to her family for allowing her to do that. Also challenging being a board member is balancing your job and your board commitment. That's a very difficult one. So we also thank her employer, Dan Cronin and CGI Insurance and Benefits, for allowing her the opportunity to make the commitment that she does and to make a difference in our organization, helping it be one of the best clubs in the state. And we're happy to say that CGI Benefits Group has also made a generous donation in Helen's name this evening, so we thank them for that. Helen has guided us through this past year and a half and went beyond what was necessary to see that we did everything we could to provide for our families. We are truly grateful for the leadership she has provided, and I am honored to present this year's Person of the Year to Helen Leach. Congratulations, Helen. So now I'd like to let you hear from our Person of the Year and Board President Helen Leach, who has the honor of presenting her President's Award for 2021.
Thanks, Mike. One of the responsibilities of being the board president for the club is that I get to give one of our staff members the President's Award for their outstanding service throughout the year. Not an easy task, as all of our staff members have done such a great job this year. This year the award goes to Caitlin Hunter Ross. Consistently club kid-centric Caitlin Hunter Ross. Caitlin started with the club 17 years ago. She started as a volunteer at the Amherst Middle School, and she was teaching the children how to do sign language. She soon applied for a paid position and has been a proven asset to the club ever since. In January of 2020, Caitlin was promoted to the Director of Operations, and in March of 2020, Caitlin was faced with closing our doors. I will never forget that day that decision was made to close our doors. We don't close our doors. The club's mission is to ensure our doors are always open to all of those kids, especially those who need us most. We were heartbroken, but we understood that safety came first. Caitlin immediately went to work, making sure that the staff maintained relationships with our members by implementing virtual programming opportunities and daily Zoom lunches with the kids. Caitlin understood the need to give the kids the sense of normalcy and to allow the children to maintain the strong relationships that they had in place with our staff members. She organized parades around town that allowed the family and the kids to see the staff members, and it allowed the staff members to connect to the children in a way that it showed the children that they had concern and compassion for all of them and what they were dealing with. At the same time, Caitlin immediately went to work very closely with Mike Goodwin and the program committee. I must stop for a minute and do a huge shout out to our program committee members, Rich and Linda Lowney, Joelle Martin, Jennifer Parent-Nichols, Audrey Hammer, and Nancy Amato. These committee members were key to the support that Caitlin and Mike needed and received throughout these hard times. The committee began vetting policies for the reopening of the club between understanding what the CDC policy and procedures were. Caitlin spent hours upon hours learning what each school district that we served had planned for reopening. Those plans changed frequently, causing Caitlin to go back to the drawing board. I'm fairly certain that Caitlin has had a few sleepless nights over the past year, but not once did she ever lose focus of the kids. I loved attending the program committee meetings. I loved watching Caitlin in action. She was focused, she was well versed on the community, and she was confident that the staff would continue to meet our mission. They were ready when we reopened our doors and have pivoted all year long to ensure that we are there to serve as many kids as we can safely in our buildings. She and her staff have done a phenomenal job assisting with remote learning, a task in itself. Caitlin remained kid-centric even when she had huge barriers in front of her. She's tireless, she's resilient, she's everything we want the kids to be. Caitlin Hunter Ross is the ultimate role model, and on behalf of the entire board of directors, we wish Caitlin to take a bow. Well done, Caitlin. Well done.
Thank you, Helen, and congratulations, Caitlin. Such a deserving recognition for all the hard work and dedication you've provided the club in leading us through the challenges this past year, but not just this past year, but your entire career. So thank you, Helen, for honoring Caitlin with this award. Well deserved. So now we come to the exciting part of the event, one that we've all been waiting for, and that is the announcement of the 2021 Youth of the Year. For that announcement, please watch this video from board member Jen Parent-Nichols, who will share with you the process these youth have went through. She'll thank our esteemed judges, and she'll also make the announcement of the 2021 Boys and Girls Club of Souhegan Youth of the Year. Take it away, Jen.
Good evening, and thank you all for joining us. As a board member, I feel so honored to be a part of this incredible process. However, there are 5 people who I wish to recognize who had a much more difficult job than I, serving as judges for this year's competition. I'd like to take a moment to recognize these individuals. Chris Saunders, Tim Finan, Sheila Steele, Christine Glover, and Brenner Webb. We're so grateful for their thoughtful appreciation of the work of the young people we celebrate tonight. Thank you. These young people have shared their stories with us tonight, have moved through a comprehensive process that included creating a cover letter and resume, developing multiple essays, obtaining letters of reference, submitting a detailed application, speaking before the judges, and then answering their questions. As you heard the stories from each of these outstanding young people, I'm sure you were struck by the same thing the judges commented on during this process. Nathaniel's quiet leadership and dedication to promoting empathy, advocacy, and community. Georgia's strength and conviction and dedication to promote change when it feels hardest to do so. And the bravery of Keilani's story and her message of the need for unity in community. While I was not a part of the active judging process, I can say that I was very personally moved, but the diverging themes of needing to come together to seek and provide support, and then having the strength to stand alone when you know what is right. I am proud to be part of a club where these values are supported. To say the judges struggled with finding the winner is clearly an understatement, and I am so very pleased to announce the winner of this year's Souhegan Valley Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year is Georgia Craven. And now we have a few words from Georgia.
Thank you so much for choosing me for the 2021 Youth of the Year. I'd like to thank my family, my parents, my siblings, Shelby Houghton for helping so much in leading us in this process, and for everybody else who has inspired me throughout the years to be the person that I am today. And in addition, I'd like to thank the staff and the board of directors here at the Boys and Girls Club, and as always, thank you to our dream sponsors for helping us out all the time. Thank you again to everyone who has contributed to this process.
Congratulations, Georgia, and thank you, Jen, and thank you all for joining and being part of this event this evening. Congratulations to all of our award winners. You've all helped to make a tough year better for so many in the Souhegan Valley. Thank you to Keilani and Nathaniel for sharing their stories with us this evening. We're all very proud of you. We know great things are ahead for both of you. And a big congratulations to our 2021 Boys and Girls Club of Souhegan Valley Youth of the Year, Georgia Craven. We wish her the best of luck as she's going to go on to compete for the New Hampshire State Youth of the Year later this spring, and hopefully if she wins that, she'll be going on to represent New Hampshire in the Boys and Girls Clubs of America Northeast Regional Youth of the Year competition. I'm happy to let all of our Youth of the Year candidates know that thanks to the generosity of Ted and Ann Krantz, Keilani and Nathaniel will both be receiving a $1,000 scholarship, and Georgia will receive a $3,000 scholarship. We're grateful to Ted and Ann for their continued support of the Youth of the Year program. I'd also like to thank again CGI Benefits Group for their generous donation in honor of Helen Leach. We're truly grateful to them and the support they provide us. With that, I'd like to let you all know that if you'd like to make a donation in honor of the winners tonight or to support the Youth of the Year program, you can please go to www.svbgc.org/donate. It's been quite a year. Hopefully tonight helps show that in spite of the challenges we faced, people and businesses stepped up to make a difference in so many lives. Well, that brings our evening to a close. We hope that next year we'll be able to share this event with you in person. But until then, thank you and have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.